Hello everyone, I'm going to show you a demo of NeuShield Data Sentinel recovering almost 500 gigabytes of data. That's almost half a terabyte of data. This is my demo machine. As you can see, I am running Windows Server 2019 and I do have NeuShield installed on this device. I am using the Data Center edition of NeuShield for this demo. Now I have set up here my documents folder, which is stored under D drive, and you can see all of the files here has been encrypted. Now I went and preset up this demo ahead of time. I went and encrypted all of these files under the documents folder, so you can see that each of the files have all been encrypted using the new encrypt tool. This encrypts every single byte of every single file under the documents folder. And if we go to the D drive, you can see that there is close to 500 gigabytes of data, 497. And we do have NeuShield protecting the entire drive D. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how quickly we can recover all of the data from this folder. So what I'll do is I'll just right click on the folder here, and I'll go to NeuShield and I'll click revert changes. Now the first thing we have to do is look at the files on this. So what it's doing is scanning to see which files need to be recovered. In this case, I've actually encrypted every file, and I've encrypted every byte of every file. So you can see that all 38,000 files do need to be recovered. So I'll go ahead and click revert to start the process. Now the process is starting, and once this is finished, you'll see that there'll be a pop-up right here at the bottom right hand corner of the window. On my device it takes about 2 minutes to recover all of this data, but the recovery has already started. In fact, probably if I start browsing, you'll see that the files have been recovered. In fact, you can see here in the first folder here that all of the files have been recovered. And if I go to the next folder, it's probably the same way. In fact, NeuShield can recover data almost as quick as you can browse around and look at the data. And the reason we can do this is because NeuShield uses our overlay. It's patented technology called mirror shielding. And what we do is we store all the changes separately from the original file. So when these files were encrypted, all of that encryption was stored separately on our overlay. So in order to recover this data, all we need to do is delete the changes that are stored on our overlay, and we will recover all of these files. That's significantly faster than any other way of recovering, because we're just deleting the changes that are stored separately. If you were to try and recover this using a backup or for any other means, it would take hours, maybe even days to recover. I had one customer that I talked to recently, and they recovered using a backup a similar amount of data, and it took them 4 days to recover all this data. But because NeuShield uses our mirror shielding technology, we just delete the changes. It allows us to recover this data very, very quickly. And on my system, I am running this, as you can see, on a VMware, and in fact this VMware is located on a USB drive, so it takes a little bit longer. In my case, it takes around 2 minutes to recover all of the data. If you had a physical machine and a high performance server, which we typically see, this would probably be recovered in about 30 seconds. But because I'm running this on my laptop, it's a little bit slower. You can see it's been about 2 minutes. I started this a little bit after 11:20, and now it's 11:22, so probably in the next 30 seconds or so, you'll see a pop-up down here on the right-hand corner saying that it's done, and there it is. We have recovered all 38,000 files from this folder in just about a little bit over 2 minutes. Thank you.